I figured we can talk about a topic, something I tweeted out. I thought it was kind of a fun topic to discuss. Top 5 favorite intermediate tracks, not to go party at. That's a whole nother discussion. But in terms of products on the track, so actual NASCAR racing, are you able to think? I have my list of top 5. I know I'm just dropping this on you. If you want, I can go through my top 5 and then see if you can kind of put together in your head real quick 5 of your favorite intermediate tracks.
Yeah, do it.
Okay, so here we go. This is my top 5. This is what I tweeted out, and maybe you can convince me to change it. But number 1, Homestead. Number 2, Atlanta. Number 3, Darlington, which I know is kind of like I consider intermediate. I know it's kind of in between. It's a weird one. Number 4, Charlotte, and number 5, Kansas. So I know.
I agree. The only one, which I may be biased because I go there so often, I don't think Kansas gets enough credit.
That's what I put it on my top 5. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
and I will say I considered moving it up. It probably should be above Charlotte, honestly. But I felt just it's Charlotte, and Charlotte has to kind of be up there because it's Charlotte and it's NASCAR. But I'm with you. Kansas doesn't get enough credit. People don't. No. They hate on Kansas.
I was in turn 2 with a buddy, the way our season tickets worked. When it was the Mother's Day weekend race, the wife and the kids and I would always go that weekend. And then in the fall race, we'd get a camper. Then we had a buddy that I grew up with. He would fly into Kansas City, and then we'd do the campground thing. We were in turn 2 when Logano and Kenseth had that situation. Mm-hmm. There was a Mother's Day race that got rained out into the night, and Jimmy Johnson passed about 5 guys coming out of 2 on a restart to come and win that race. Truex was leading with 2 to go one of the times I was there, and I honestly can't remember if he ran out of gas or if he cut a tire and got beat. So that's 3 phenomenal. That's just in the Cup. The daughter that's getting married this summer.
Oh, your daughter's getting married.
Yeah, my oldest daughter is getting married.
She's congratulations!
Right, well, thank you.
That's a huge deal, man.
It's expensive.
Yeah, wow.
It is. So
I got married. She's like 2 years ago. I can't even imagine a daughter getting married.
Yeah, no, it'll happen sooner than you think. It happens fast. She's a senior right now at University of Kansas. So we go, and of course we're there on the Friday, and it was that Mother's Day weekend. So it's the truck that are there with them. And first thing we walk in and the trucks are on, and the first truck she sees is Eric Jones. And so that's her guy now for the weekend.
That's cool.
And that he was in the Kyle Busch Toyota. It was fast. Mm-hmm. Just wins practice, sits on the pole, leads damn near every lap. And we got the scanners and we're listening. Well, he's short on fuel, so they're going to try to make it. And 2 to go, 3 to go, man, he runs out of gas, and she's just like, what the hell? And I was like, there you go. That's what happened. Yep. That's part of the whole racing experience. But that was, Kansas. I've never been to a bad race there.
Yeah. And I agree, other than when it got cold as shit one year for me.
Yep.
But that's a whole other topic. And that's why I said product on the track alone, because in terms of experience, Kansas is actually a lot of fun. It's a really good track if you have a family or a wife, because you can stay at a hotel and just walk to the track. You don't have to camp out necessarily.
Yeah.
Talladega is in the middle of nowhere. You have to camp out. At Kansas, they have that shopping center right there. So my wife likes to go shopping, go to the mall. We stay at the Marriott. That's right there on property. And you can go to the casino. You can watch the race from the casino. I mean, in terms of experience, Kansas is actually extremely underrated. They have built up that area because that's where their MLS team is, and they have that, the shopping mall. But I got a tweet from someone. I think maybe you'll like this ranking a little bit more than mine. It's from Dalton Good on Twitter. It's at Dalton Good 18. His top 5 was number 1 Homestead, Number 2, Kansas, which I think you'd
There
appreciate.
you go. Yeah, see,
Number 3, Charlotte. Number 4, Darlington, and number 5, Las Vegas. And I know you like Las Vegas just from experience, right? Because you go to the Vegas race more often, correct?
Yes. And I don't know, maybe the Vegas experience is what makes it cool, man. Because it's when you're sitting in the stands,
sure.
you can see the strip.
Oh, man, you're killing me.
No, well, one of the things that's cool is which I don't know, it's been years since we've been out there to Vegas, but their helicopter, and there's like 4 of these helicopters running people back and forth. You can have them pick you up off the roof of your hotel if you want. He goes, at the time it was $500 a person or $500 a pair, and they just drop you right outside of turn 1, and they're just constantly going back and forth. And then you get to see the Thunderbirds take off from Nellis, and then they just turn and go straight up and disappear, and you have no idea where they're coming from. The racing there is good. Same thing as all the other places.
Right.
That
it's a decent intermediate in my opinion. I kept it out my top. I kept it out of my top 5 in terms of product, just because I actually like Atlanta. Some people don't.
I do. I like Atlanta. The thing I don't, my number one, I hate the let's repave, let's not repave, tickle your balls thing that happens every year.
Right.
Like that gets old and played out. That's just shit to get clicks, I guess, every year. But
yeah. I'm going to Atlanta this year, so I'm glad I'm finally getting out there. I haven't been to a race there yet, but yeah, I will say Las Vegas is like one of the tops that I'm trying to get to. And in terms of just an experience at a track, and especially at an intermediate, I can't recommend Darlington enough. If you have the chance to get to Darlington, it has the feel of going to a local track, like a local stock car race. You get the rubber in your teeth. It's the grandstands are like a JV high school football stadium. It is old school.
Like the county fair.
Exactly. It feels like a county fair race. It's old school, but it's NASCAR, and it is sold out every single time. I mean, it is packed with people. And so they have the tent set up, everybody's outside, but it's in the middle of this tiny little town of South Carolina. It's not out in the middle of nowhere, but it's also not like in a built up area like Kansas. It is in the middle of this tiny town. And it's just like they're downtown of this tiny little town. It's like right there at the corner. And it is an experience like any other. I mean, it is literally like going to a county fair race for Cup Series. It is wild. Nice. Highly recommended. And those are hardcore NASCAR fans. Those are people that have been NASCAR fans since day one. So I love Darlington. I'm partial to Darlington just for that. That's where my bachelor party was. I mean,
oh, nice.
Yeah, it's a good time. It's a good time because it's only like an hour and a half drive from Myrtle Beach, which is, a lot of fun.
Yeah, fun in itself.
Yeah. So would you say your top 5 intermediate tracks we kind of listed?
I think Homestead. Yeah, Homestead is nobody's touching Homestead right now until they have to have They have to have a shitty race, and they're not even close to have in any series. Like
I know that's the thing. Every series, the race has been great. Yeah, Saturday night and Sunday night. This weekend was so much fun to watch. It was really good racing on both sides. I've seen a couple people on Twitter and on social media say like, "Oh, it was kind of boring." I don't understand where they're coming from. I thought the racing was quality all the way through, but I think Homestead always produces good racing.